Hi, guys. Welcome back to Middle is Magic, and to my new viewers, welcome. Today, I'm going to be talking about stress and anxiety, especially in the light of the global pandemic that's happening. I know things are really scary right now. Stuff is happening. People are losing their health, they're losing their livelihood, and they're losing their lives. This is serious. It is not a joke, it is not a hoax. And it's perfectly normal to be experiencing an unusual amount of stress and anxiety, whether you've experienced that before or not. So it's okay if you skip doing your chores. It's okay if you don't shower every day. It's okay if you don't go to the grocery store. It's okay. So long as you are looking after your basic necessities, or if you're lucky and you have someone that can help you look after your basic necessities, be patient with yourself. Which leads me to my first tip. Number one, Rome was not built in a day. So, what helps me when I'm in a bad spot, even when I'm experiencing depression, is picking one thing to do that day. But here's the catch, it needs to last 5 minutes, no more than that. So, this could be taking out the trash, this could be picking all your clothes up off the floor, this could be brushing your teeth or showering. Not showering, I take much longer than 5 minutes. So, if you're like me, don't choose this one. The point is, you just want to do that one thing, even if it's standing up out of bed. And if you want to, keep doing that one thing if you're able to, or do another thing. But if you don't want to, that's okay too, because you have accomplished that one thing. And I'm so proud of you. Tip number two, it is the 5 by 5 rule. This is not my rule, I didn't invent it, but I do use it in my everyday life. So what the 5 by 5 rule is that if it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't give it more than 5 minutes. And how I do this is how that looks in action is that little over a year ago, I was broke, y'all. I was broke. Like, didn't know I was going to make rent every month, couldn't afford to put the heating on in every room in the middle of winter because I just didn't have the money. I was working, my husband was working, but we were still struggling to make our bills. I had to borrow money from my brother a lot to buy groceries or to cover a bill until my next paycheck came in. It was so tough. But I realized that in 5 years' time, that one missed bill, I probably wouldn't even remember it. And I don't. I don't remember the bills even 1 year ago that I missed. So I had to work really, really hard in releasing my feelings around not being able to pay those bills because I realized I was doing everything I could to pay those bills. I was working, I was putting myself forward for work, and I was applying for new jobs, higher paying jobs every day. So I had to learn that I cannot control my bills. I cannot control them. I cannot control the flow of money. So I couldn't control how much money was coming in. I could only control my attitude in that position. And that's what I did. And because I realized that the worry was stealing my happiness and it was hurting me. I would get headaches. I was tired all the time. Y'all, it was tough. And for those sharp ones out there, which I'm sure all of you are, because duh, there's a flip side to this rule. So if it is going to matter in 5 years, you will need to give it more than 5 minutes. And what that looks like is I mentioned in my previous video that I lost my cousin 7 years ago. Y'all, I needed some time for that one. It took me a long time. And I had to be patient with myself then too. But eventually I got out of it and eventually I got to a healthier space. And this is the important part. I took the best parts of that bad experience and I took it with me. And that is what I continue to take with me every day. And that's what you need to do when something does last more than 5 minutes is find the growth, find the lessons, find the learning, and take that with you always. And y'all, that leads me to my third and final tip. Don't tell anyone your business, because I'm sure you've heard this one before. Some people will not be happy for you. But that can also come in the form of people who love you, don't want you to experience pain. So they tell you, oh, go for this safe job, oh, don't move away, oh, don't chase your dreams, take, this job nearby, don't move to overseas. Y'all, I'm here to tell you, don't listen to them. Listen to your own heart. Because if it's not hurting anyone and it brings you joy, you need to follow your dreams. It's so important. It's so, so important. I cannot emphasize this enough. And you need to make sure that your life, your experience is filled with all the magic in the world. Because we're born in the beginning and we die in the end, and everything else is the middle. And that's where the magic is happening. Thanks for joining me, you guys.